Captain Starlog, March 25th, 2174. After the events on Fastarian 2, Starfleet has chosen to use diplomats and personnel from Starbase 2 to distribute Dr. House's new viral cure to the millions of Fastarians who need it, as well as build laboratories and hospitals in plague-ravaged areas of the planet. The Drake has been excluded from these humanitarian efforts due to the fact that the Fastarian Regent Zammeline sent a scathing report to Starfleet about some of my crew's actions on her planet. Despite her sole adulation for Lieutenant Clark and my efforts to dissuade any repercussions aimed at my crew, Starfleet has still decided to let my crew's actions hold more weight than I believe necessary. This exclusion has also meant that the Drake currently has no destination and for the last 5 days has been on light exploration duty. If it were not for the beauty of the galaxy itself, the past several days would have been quite unremarkable. Myself and the crew look forward to any change.
Okay, so that's where we find ourselves after the events of episode 10. So it is 6:20 in the evening, and we're going to go around and have everybody kind of be doing something. So we'll start with Captain Knightley. So Captain Knightley, you are in your captain's mess, and you just finished.
So much mess.
You've just finished your plate of dinner. You can tell us what you ate. If you want.
Oh, Lord. Steak, potatoes, the little baby ones
Yep.
with butter on them.
Perfect.
Fancy.
and
Murder.
sauteed asparagus.
Perfect. I love it.
That's why I play. Wow.
So
So realistic.
And the steak was chili coffee rub.
Oh, wow. Now you're
okay. Now
took me out of it.
So as you are setting your glass down from drinking, you are in the room also with Dr. House
Oh, good.
and your yeoman Austin Shelley.
Did you enjoy your chili coffee steak, Doctor?
Bit too much spices for my liking.
I see. I thought that was purely a Vulcan trait.
Sometimes I do favor my Vulcan side, yes.
So you guys continue dining. And as we move on to dessert, we cut away from the captain's mess to the galley. And that's where we see our hat walking into the galley. And just as he is entering the door, like frame area to walk in, he's approached by his security officer, Han Kin. And he says, Commander, he says, I'm glad I caught you. I just wanted to invite you to the rec room, which is obviously on the same deck here, for Galactic Cinema Night. Ooh. We're going to watch a series of 1-hour films or documentaries, depending on who makes the selections from different planets. It's going to start in about 40 minutes, and it goes until about 2300. So it'd be great if you could join. Oh, also, I heard that Chef has made some delicious dragon fruit chips. So
That sounds
if
good.
you want to come and try that out, that'd be pretty good.
Sounds interesting. I'll see if I can fit it into my schedule.
Excellent. So, Mike, let's have you roll Command Insight difficulty 1.
Insight, I think it's 13 I needed. I got 15 on one of them and 8 on the other.
Okay. So, as you're contemplating going to Galactic Cinema Night, you recall that your second in command, Sondon, saying that 2 weeks ago, Flicks and Flavors Festival went well, and that the Szechuan peppercorn popcorn he saved for you was pretty tasty.
That sounds pretty good.
So you have that on your potential agenda, and you'll continue into the galley to finally get your dinner. And as you walk in to get it, we will do a nice camera pan and zoom in to Jahan and Isaac sitting at the table. It's been about 30 minutes since you've finished your dinner. You're just kind of hanging out in the galley. But the thing that you wanted to try this evening was a thing that
One pepper chip.
you had read about Sova. Your interactions with him has passed along the information that there is a card game that Vulcans have. And it's called Surok's Follies.
What are the rules, sir?
So you have to avoid being left, the one left with the illogical outcome,
Okay, perfect. So no even.
while maintaining an air of perfect logic throughout.
Ah,
So both of you are going to pick a number between 1 and 20. And then you're going to roll a d20. And whichever player is closest to their opponent's number without going over, that becomes the number, this Surok's Folly.
6.
15.
And then you roll, both of you roll.
14.
17.
Oh, wow.
Surok's Folly number is, what would you say, 15?
That's a 15.
15. Now the really fun part happens.
I sure hope so.
You take 2 d20s and you roll until you match them. And if you get the Surok's Folly number,
14. Or whatever.
15.
15, you get 2 15s.
This is this is way better than coming up with this conversation. What are the actual odds of this?
Pretty low.
Yep.
See any good truck races lately? Ooh, 17 or 14.
Didn't let us.
Whoa.
Oh, no. 14. I can't know.
Oh.
It was intended to be
6 and 6.
What?
Okay. Now
Now you gotta get 4. 4 to 6.
you can roll one more time, John, to see if you.
Oh,
Try to
okay.
match.
Oh boy.
No.
Oh no, you did. Oh, I did.
11 11.
Perfect.
Wow.
You
Perfect.
son of a-
What was it? What was your number?
11.
And what's yours?
Mine was
6.
6.
Okay, so then you roll a d6.
Who does?
Both of you.
Now we.
Do I have to remember this number?
No.
I don't have numbers.
Same.
Just roll it.
Oh, you need D6.
1 explosion.
One explosion.
Run a d6.
2 engineers, huh?
Just saying, so there's
Hanging
nothing
out.
logical about this at
This
all.
is very logical. The odds are stacked against.
Is this a real game or did you make this
I
up?
made it up.
Okay.
It sucks.
Good. So because that was painful, I'm just gonna say that basically you're supposed to like re-roll, but it's supposed to force you both to like re-roll,
Reroll what?
Everything.
like your dice. Yeah.
Good.
Basically, what's supposed to happen is now you've got 6, right? Is that what you got?
Yeah.
And you had 11.
Okay, you said I didn't have to remember the number.
All right. 6 and 11, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do, and then you just keep going until you get every single one of them without the 15.
Oh.
What? I
Until
have
you,
no idea
Yeah,
what's
until you what?
happening here.
You keep making pairs
until
until
get
all of the numbers are
Oh my god.
selected.
So you have to make a pair
Yeah.
of 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s.
Oh,
2
wow.
4s, 2 5s.
interesting.
I knocked off 6, you knocked off 11.
11.
That would never.
I wonder how long it would take.
As long as you wanted to. Tell you right
You know
now.
how difficult it was to get 2 of the same number. That there would never end. Let's say we play 1 round of it. Johan says to Isaac, "Well, this game's terrible, huh?"
2 3s on my
Yeah.
7th roll.
The Vulcan game, what did you
It's right under her noggin.
That's very boring. These Vulcans sure know how to live, huh?
So as Ariat walks in, he sees Jahan very frustratedly not playing the game. And Clark is just, he's not giving up.
Hyper-fixated.
He's hyper-fixated.
This is why they don't let you on the bridge on some.
14 14. 18 18.
Yeah, but you're supposed to roll those things too. So you roll that and then you have to start all over again. Cheater.
I don't think you understand the rules. 5-5.
It sounds like Clark is winning.
I don't think there are any winners in this game.
Well,
We're all just blown out of our minds in the galaxy.
he's gonna get them all and you're gonna be stuck with
No,
the
that-
Rock's Folly number.
I'll just wait till he rolls 15s and then I just automatically win.
No,
Because I'm not doing anything. He rolls 15, he gets the folly.
if he does back out, that would happen. But there's only logical.
It is only one.
And thus, the game has been played.
We cut back now, in this riveting game of Sirach's Folly and this mess to the captain. And now you can tell us and what everybody's eating, what type of dessert everyone's eating.
We had red wine and I think dinner.
Mhm.
I feel like the dinner was very heavy, so we need something a little fresh, a little lighter and a little fresher. Maybe we have like a Ryzian. Yeah, okay, yep.
Yeah.
It's a pomegranate and pineapple,
Oh my God.
but like from Ryzian.
Okay.
So like,
So it's super sexy.
yeah, super hot. Sorbet
Ooh, sorbet. Love it.
with a sprig of jejune.
Okay, so I want
Just make that up, I don't
to, I don't know, have you, Caleb, I want you to roll
I'm done
a
rolling. For the
command
night.
presence.
I'm done rolling for the night.
No.
Is this part of our punishment for the things we did?
Yeah, it is.
So I need a 10, 3, and a 12.
Okay, so you succeed. So House, you see House is enjoying the meal.
Mhm.
As you're eating that, you get a comm ring at the captain's desk in your room. And on it is Sova.
Yes, Sova. Yes, Lieutenant.
Captain, I have an urgent matter I wish to speak to you in private about.
Okay, we're just finishing up our meal. Do you want to meet me in my mess?
It does not matter to me as long as we can speak privately.
Yeah, we can, I'll absolutely make sure that is private.
Okay.
So I'll say the house and the element. Okay, well, good thing we're almost done, folks. I wonder what this is about. Doctor, how do you find Sova's mental state to be as of late?
As of late, it seems to be normal.
Okay, like since the incident where he
Yeah, I have not
neck hinged
seen,
a bit too hard.
I have not seen any recurring issues from that situation.
Okay. Well, I hope that whatever this urgent matter is,
Did I?
everything's okay with him. Austin, I finished my final report to Starfleet about the events on Fosterian. And I included in it a letter to the Admiral. Just arguing my point again that what we did on that planet was 100% necessary and couldn't have been avoided. We did everything we could. We tried to get those people to stand down, and I would do it again if I had to, which the Admiral is not going to enjoy, so.
I understand, Captain. I can take this right up to your office if you care, or I can send it now, or I can send it later.
Why don't you give it a read over for me and make sure I'm not coming off too
You want
strong.
me to look over your papers, Captain?
Yes, I wrote it in the heat of anger, and I'd like a level-headed person to take a look at it.
Well,
Please.
I'm honored, Captain, that you would ask me to do such a thing. As the yeoman is collecting the pads and like going out the door to do this work that the door opens and kind of like this thing where approaching the door is Sova and she kind of passes him and it's like you hear them exchange like a greeting and she keeps walking.
Lieutenant. Okay, And then I'll say to the doctor, I'll just dismiss him.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for another great meal. Another great conversation.
Yeah. Well, Captain, I'd say it was a real pleasure, but
Get out of here.
So you, Silva, after watching the human Pilates, you see House making his way out of the room.
just walk right past Silver like straight faced. Just.
Hey, Sova, come on in.
As you wish.
So you see Sova, you see 3 plate settings, and you see various dessert remains on plates.
Yeah. Captain, I was at a conference, a flora fauna conference. And I met a Dr. Sakaguchi, and she reached out to me saying that she needs assistance in a very delicate matter.
Okay.
She seemed to be very distressed, and from what I recall, she was very level-headed. So she obviously wouldn't send me a joke, or she wouldn't.
I see.
She didn't seem like the kind of person that would freak out over nothing, as I believe humans put it.
Yes, I trust your judgment on her. What is it that you're being asked to do?
She wishes for me to look into a matter at a science station. Unfortunately, there is a Vulcan involved, one that has given up on logic.
I see.
And so there is issues of possible mistreatment of lesser species and ethical concerns. I'm not sure how much you wish to know about these matters.
Well, that is something that I absolutely do not stand for. Yeah, I absolutely want to help these people in any way that we can. It's not like we're busy at the moment.
Just like we helped the last.
So obviously, with a delicate matter, and also because I do not have much information of what's going on, I thought it would be best to bring one other person along, possibly.
Okay.
Someone who has medical knowledge. I don't know if the doctor is available, or I will give it some thought, maybe another crewman.
Okay.
That way we wouldn't make a very large scene in this, cause issues.
Yes, I see the need to be covert in this matter. Do you have any idea how long you'd be gone for?
It isn't unknown. I would imagine no more than a week, but
I hesitate to allow our doctor to be gone for that long. Who knows what would happen, I feel like I'd rather have you take someone who's capable, but not our doctor.
I will give it some thought. I have heard of a possible security officer that may be of use.
Okay.
A possible secondary reason, they have been experimenting with different treatments for mental conditions and understanding the mind more. So it would also be useful to look at the research, if nothing else.
Yes.
And this would
Okay.
also be a good reason for me to go if anyone asks.
I like it. That sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, I understand the need to take care of this. And I guess keep me informed if you need something. We'll do our best to accommodate. I assume you'll be taking a shuttle, right? I mean, okay.
It would be easier if the Drake got closer to the
Okay.
station, so we wouldn't have to be gone as long.
Okay. All right. How, yeah, I mean, we don't have any direct orders right now, so I'm happy to take you closer for sure. Not like I have anything else to do at the moment, so.
As I said, I will give it some thought.
Okay.
And I will contact you with my selection, and we'll probably leave in the morning.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, keep me informed, and I hope that you can help this person.
Thank you. And then I turn and leave.
And so like another 40 minutes go by, and you get another call from Sova.
And I say, Captain, Security Officer DeRosa seems to be a good fit for this mission. Permission to take him along.
Yes, I think I know who you're talking about. Yeah, that sounds good. I guess I would just tell Sova to, like, I know that you know this and I don't fear much for anything, but we're on thin ice with the Admiral right now. So just do your best to stay out of any violent kind of trouble,
Understood.
but obviously protect the weak and the ones who have no one to protect them.
Mhm. Understood, Captain.
So another 40 minutes goes by and we can have, like 45 minutes, we can have you, if you wanted to have us, a DeRosa, our hat scene, if you wanted.
Come in, crewman. Good evening, sir. I heard from the captain you are going on an away mission with Lieutenant Sova. Yes, I am, sir. I've rearranged the schedule to accommodate for that. Thank you very much, sir. I want you to keep out of trouble and keep an eye on Lieutenant Sova. Okay, sir. Report any questionable actions that he takes. Yes, sir. And it should go without saying, I want a full report after you get back. You know me, sir. Yes, I do, which is why I said it. Now dismissed.
Okay, so we have an overnight, we go into the morning, the Drake gets in within shuttle pod range, and Sova departs on the shuttle with crewman DeRosa. And off they go. About a couple hours after Sova leaves, the Drake receives a priority communication from Starbase 2.
Oh God, of course.
What the message says is that they would like you to investigate a disturbance in the Ellivyalc sector. A
Okay.
nearby supernova has left a pulsar whose emissions are causing serious interference with subspace communications, isolating the Ellivyalc system.
Okay.
It is now assumed that the Chalnoth, which are in that sector, an advanced but cautious civilization living on the planet Chalnoth 4, would be growing increasingly paranoid due to the lack of communication. So the directive is resolve the issue peacefully.
Sounds familiar.
And
Uh-huh.
open up,
We're very good at that.
open up a lane of communication.
So, okay, so their comms are being affected by a thing, so they can't,
Pulsar, yeah,
so they can't communicate with each other or another.
with the Federation.
Say, interesting. Now they want our help. How far from Sova is where we need to go?
At like warp 6, it's about 6 hours away.
We're not giving her all we got.
I'm just gonna send a message to Sova and let them know that we've been, called out to this area.
Just over receive the message.
It's at the shuttle.
Yeah. So we're crawling around the planet, and you sent it to the shuttle.
Oh,
So I'm going to have a message when I get back to the shuttle.
I see. Okay. So I'm just gonna let them know that, like, you're on your own, kid. We we have to go. So you guys are on your own here.
This is terrifying because I specifically wanted that button.
Mhm.
Yeah. I see what you did there.
Like, basically be extra careful, because if something goes south, it's gonna take me a while to get back to you.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell the con officer to set a course.
So what are you doing? Are you pushing it? Are you, what's your, what?
Let's do warp 5. So it's in
So
like an emergency.
in 9 hours,
Okay.
you're going to get to the Ellivyalc.
Okay.
So you enter the Ellivyalc sector 9 hours later. I'll start with Mike, so Mike can look at it. Wow.
Ooh.
So this is the pulsar
Beautiful. That's so beautiful.
that you see.
That's pretty.
That
Okay.
is the pulsar.
All right. And that's disrupting comms.
Yep.
Ensign Chu,
Mm-hmm.
do a full scan, please.
Yes, Captain.
That is a science reason 2.
Might have some.
Oh, big garbage.
Uh-oh.
I got an 18 and a 20. So I'm going to activate backup plan, which
feel a
is
little stuck
whenever
too, that's
you
why I
and
was asking.
LA fail a task, so long as I'm present in the scene, I may add a momentum to the pool. So I'm adding a momentum to the group pool.
Yeah. So what I am going to do, that complication is the interference from the pulsar is not letting you get clear readings of the pulsar.
Okay. So do I need to get closer? Or
You may have
it's
to-
just not gonna happen?
So the direction that the science officer gets that, you may have to either like reposition the ship, because how pulsars work is they're like sweeping, they're kind of like lighthouses. So like
Okay.
when when that rotation goes by, basically try to get out of the way if best you can.
Okay. Am I able to contact the people on the planet? Like, to know if they know, to see if they know what's going on?
They're at like extreme.
Okay, so let's reposition ourselves. Let's get closer if we can. And let's send more power to
I'm fine with that.
like sensors.
Okay,
So take power from weapons, maybe.
okay, so
Oh,
what
you
he was able to see that even though it's very rare, that the supernova did actually create a highly energized pulsar. So you are confirmed that that's what is happening.
Okay. So how else, if I don't want to spend the momentum to get more information, like what else can I even do?
You could have a roll a science insight.
Take like 3 or 4 of them.
Okay, let's try that
Okay.
first before we go through a moment.
Yeah, 12 again. Yes. 9 and 11. Oh, would I have gotten a computer system?
Oh, technically the sensor science, yeah, that's true.
You want me to roll one dice to get it?
Sure.
Just see if we can get a momentum. Yep,
I have
it was a
like
4,
that
so we
dust
got a
few
1
bars
momentum.
Okay. Chu and Clark are looking over the scientific analysis that are coming through. And that this for sure, the pulsar for sure, is sending regular, highly intense beams of energy that are disrupting communication. So this is the cause of it. So what that tells you is that you need to find the communication buoy and somehow fix the problem.
Okay, so let's head that way then.
All right, helmsman is going to roll. Who would like to roll sensors con for the ship?
Okay.
This is difficulty 3 to get to the Avil system without damage. Yeah, without the pulsar like screwing with your systems.
We have 2 momentum right now
So I diverted power to sensors
from weapon.
from weapons. So now let me divert power from sensors to shields.
So like the
Or do you want
Is
for
that-
engines? Because engines would make airship more maneuverable.
How would it affect our ship? going
so
through the
basically, Bielek is going to fly, and what he's trying to do is he's trying to keep continuously flying so that you don't get with the Drake doesn't get hit with these sweeping.
So
energy
we need
waves.
more maneuverability, not necessarily like shield capacity.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, let's put more power to engine.
Excellent. I'm a maintenance specialist.
Excellent.
I can ignore the first complication roll that any engineering has.
Ooh.
So roll your engineering control 1 again, because now you're shifting power back.
And I got a success for the ship.
Yeah.
That's 2 successes.
Ooh.
2 successes.
So are we banking 1?
Yeah, I'm just gonna bank it. So now he has to roll. So with his doing that, I'm gonna drop it down by 1, the difficulty of 2,
Okay,
and you got 1 success.
I got 1 success.
Is the ship rolling too?
I got a
Roll.
success.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, I don't think I succeeded because I don't think I have numbers go better. So he just straight up fails.
What a
So
failure.
there's so he's unable to adequately like continuously dodge these things. So you're gonna have potential problems as this pulsar is like sweeping. It's gonna hit against the ship and you're gonna deal with high energy interference. Periodically.
Guilty.
As you approach the solar system of the Chalmot, you can roll an insight, science insight, difficulty 1. With sensor science. For the ship, whoever wants to roll.
Who wants to roll for the ship?
Sensor science.
What's the difficulty?
Hold on. Right in your soda? Oh, I thought
No.
it was in your-
It hit the
That was
can.
good.
Let's try it again. All right. So how do you want to, because I definitely got 1 success, but this dice hit this other dice.
Double times.
You want to count that or?
Oh, it's up there, actually, whatever.
Because I now have 2 successes.
That's fine.
You win. Well,
You got a 10?
You got 10?
sure,
I got 3
that's
successes.
double.
Okay, so two momentum.
Right.
Something was coming up on sensor.
You know what? I'm just gonna leave it for now.
So what Chu sees on the screen is that long range sensors are showing heightened military activity on Chalma 4.
So could be that somebody wanted them to not be able to communicate outside.
Could be.
Could be that this is
It's always
not a
nefarious.
coincidence. Yeah.
Always terrible.
Could be.
Or it could be someone took advantage of the situation.
I'm asking somebody on the bridge, is there a way to tell when these supernovas are gonna happen? Could this have been was this predictable, this event?
Well, anybody can roll. Chu would be a science insight difficulty 1. Anybody else can be a difficulty 2.
Then Chu will do it. I'm going to buy an extra dice.
Never seen it before in my life.
Oh, is a ship? Or no, this is just Chu just making it up. So 2 successes, so I'm gonna put the 1 back.
Was this predictable?
Yes.
So it is possible that it was something that was taken advantage of rather than created. Rather than creating an opportunity, somebody could have taken advantage of that opportunity.
So you're now at the buoy. Long range sensors see the planet.
Is this a humanoid planet? Like what's our species on this planet?
They are the Chalmas.
Okay,
Would you like to see what the Chalmas
I would
look
love
like?
to see, of course.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like-
I recognize that.
You made a whole picture, of
Monkeys.
course I want.
Here, Mike gets to see what the Chalmas look like
Oh.
first, and everybody else sees what the Chalmas.
Oh, my.
Oh, this is a real.
We're
species.
leaving.
We're leaving.
Absolutely
Not doing it.
not.
They're, come on, John, they're beautiful.
Okay, so, now is this like a
back to the
metropolitan
shuttle.
city where like there's a lot of different species, or is this like?
It's just them.
Okay, so in our scans, I would like to search for any other species on the planet, around the planet.
Well, there's 2 different scans. You can scan the planet. or
Okay,
you can
let's
scan
let's
the
first scan the
Talking
planet.
like Sova now.
Science control sensor science.
Now all I'm picturing is Chu doing this and thinking, why did I take the first shift? Fantastic, I got a 14 on that one.
Somebody's rolling sensor science for the show.
And it's a difficulty.
I'm gonna tell
Yes,
you.
yes, no.
Absolutely. Ow.
It's a difficulty 4.
What now?
So I'm buying a dice.
The same attack.
Yeah.
He has the same attack as Pikachu.
Okay.
Headbutt and
Oh.
tail whip.
Forgot how bad that hurts me.
So I'm
Faster
using
nose.
technical expertise to reroll one of my dice.
Okay.
Holy crap.
He'll smell really good.
Nope,
Well, I rolled a 19, so that's,
He'll smell.
no matter what the number is, that ain't it.
nope. I got 3 successes. I am going to activate backup plan, because I failed.
Okay.
So giving him momentum, and now I'm going to learn from failure. Because since I had 2 successes, you only get 1 threat.
Okay.
And Chu gets a trait for however long it's useful, based on what she learned from failing at this test.
Okay.
I know
What would you like her to learn?
being more meticulous.
Okay.
Because she did it kind of quick, and so she failed, so she's like, next time I'm gonna take my time and properly.
Okay. What Chu relays to you is that like the pulsar is like messing up with scans, so she's
Okay.
not able to get anything conclusive like that on the planet.
The reason I was scanning for like other species is like, are somebody invading their planet? And that's why they're.
Okay.
Because Knightley is very untrustworthy at this point in her life.
Because she's been scarred by a
She's
certain
been screwed
GM.
over many times. She trusted that freaking chef. She vouched for him.
You did too, you
I
really.
really did.
Oh, yeah.
And he betrayed me so bad.
Can we?
Can't get out of that one.
Giant mirror on the
Wait, you
one
said
side
they're
of
not
the
Communication, so they are working.
Or they are working.
to bounce the.
That's a good point. Are we able to like boost power so that like their communication systems are like more advanced and can like outdo the supernova, like can get through the supernova?
Okay, so one of the engineers can roll engineering insight difficulty 1.
Wow, those are my almost my highest one.
It should be.
Are you very insightful?
Oh my, double 15s. I am the folly. Well.
Whole freaking circle.
That's literally what you needed to succeed.
Oh my god.
So
You, sir, are the folly.
Mister, that's never gonna happen. I'm never gonna be here all night.
I will take a chance to be who I'm meant to be. I won't let fear keep me from trying. It's time for me to make a change, to start living the life I want. I'm gonna reach for the sky, way up high. I'm never giving up. It's up to me to see who I can be, make dreams reality. I'm never giving up. 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 I'm never giving up.
Before you continue, do you want to bank or do you want to use it to
At this point,
come up with even better ideas?
probably use it for something. I'm using
The momentum.
extra brain power here because the
Okay.
folly is me.
Yeah.
So he suggests, chief engineer suggests using a combination of either manual signal modulation and burst transmissions to try and reach the Chalmers to like talk to them.
Okay, send it.
I'm ready.
Let's have Clark roll a con insight difficulty 2.
So I need an 11. 3, 16.
So you guys are going to approach the system, draw closer to the system
Yes,
to hail them
yes,
and move away from the buoy. Just the com.
yeah.
So now
I really want the brown.
this is what is going to happen. Going forward, we're gonna have an open consequence track.
Okay.
What it's going to be
You're
is anytime a complication
Mhm.
is made
Oh, it gets worse, right?
or anytime you fail a roll,
Oh, I hate this.
either one,
I hate it.
it's going to go onto this consequence track.
I hate it.
So now, starting from this point forward, that's
Okay.
what we're doing. Now we'll have Jahan roll,
Okay.
control engineering.
Do it.
It's assisted by comms engineering, difficult 3.
Comms engineering, I'll roll for comms engineering. For the ship,
You're gonna try to hail them
9.
by manual signal modulation and burst transmission.
All right, I'm gonna modulate
Shoot one over the
Burst.
bridge.
burst. So I got a 13 and an 8, which sounds good. We're good.
So you got 2
Four.
successes? Right?
2, yeah.
So the ship got 1. So you're up to 3. And how many do we need?
3.
So we got exactly what we need.
Yep.
Okay.
So despite his absolute best efforts at what he's doing, it's still the transmission is incredibly garbled and fragmented. But what you can kind of get through the communication is that the Chalnath are fearing some sort of an attack. And that they're activating their orbital defense grid on their planet.
Now, if I were to contact the admiral, how many weeks is it gonna
At least 3.
It wouldn't take too long,
How long?
probably like a few minutes.
Oh, wow. All right. At this point, I'm gonna send a message. to
That's
the
long.
admiral.
Okay, so he's gonna roll for that. Comms engineering, control
Control engineering.
difficulty 2.
Move, I would move.
Do you want to buy, because we got 5.
I'll just roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Nailed it. 16 and 11, which is 2 successes because I have a 6.
What do we have for?
Jeff did absolutely.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay,
fine.
we got it.
You have
So I'm sending her a message and I'm saying, I'm appraising her of the situation. We've done all kinds of scans. It's like really bad interference. We can't, we see that there's heightened military activity on the planet. I don't feel comfortable docking on the planet to deal with this. I'm just asking for orders. Like, here's the situation. I'm hesitant to get any closer to the planet for fear of my crew's lives.
Sure.
And I'm trying to do what you want me to do. So what do you want me to do?
Please advise.
Please
So-
advise.
You know, we'll say it takes 10, 15 minutes for it to reach her and then 10, 15 minutes to back. So about a half an hour, 20 to 30 minutes go by.
Okay.
She gets back to you and she says, you know, from what you sent along in your message, the data that they're activating the orbital defense grid and that they have heightened military. We understand that the Chalmouth are not really, they're a pretty aggressive species. We understand we're not looking for you to go down onto the planet. Have you tried interacting with the comm buoy?
I'll send her like a standby kind of, and then like, oh, should I leave her on red?
She doesn't see where to go there.
She does. She wasn't rude to me, so I won't be rude back. So I'll just say like standby, and then so now we have to go back to the buoy.
Would you like Melek to try to like do his thing again?
What is that?
Get out of the pulsar's like waves so that it can make things easier. Like try to continuously do it. Okay. So that'll be sensors con, and it's a difficulty 2.
Sensor con? Yeah. For the ship or?
For the ship, yeah.
Okay. Oh, that is it.
Nice. Okay, so I just gotta get something in there.
Blow.
I did, I got a 9. Okay, so now,
No bonus momentum?
Ram.
so now your Melek is able to kind of ride around the pulsar beam so that like when it's spinning like it is, the ship isn't getting hit with it constantly, which could potentially make anything to do with sending messages out or anything happening to the ship like easy.
Awesome.
So you approach the buoy after Melek is kind of like doing all these twists and turns to get away from the high energy thing. And we're gonna lose the momentum. Who would like, or really anybody, who would like to roll a difficulty 2 reason con?
Okay. What?
Wouldn't it be the con officer would be the best?
I can do it, yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying, because you said you're
He has
My
about
con reasons are 12. Yeah.
He is a 13.
so he's the
Okay.
best.
Do it.
Okay, so it's difficulty 2.
Do it.
Should we buy a momentum?
Yeah.
All right, buy
And the complication range is 19 or 20.
it went, how did it,
That's just what it is.
is it a permanent?
No, it's just what this roll is.
Oh, that's just this, because I was like, I don't remember failing, why is it
No.
increasing?
No, anybody assist? Yeah, anybody can assist
Ooh,
with
your
engineering insight. I'll let that happen.
No, Andrew, John. Did you do an extra dice?
Was that closer?
Yes.
Oh my, I can't help at all. I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay, so 13, so that is 3 successes.
We can.
So we're gonna bank that extra one.
Yes.
Okay, Melek says that perhaps we can reposition the combo.
Okay. Cool.
We can like put grapplers on it and like drag it into a better position.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's use our grappler cable to grab the thing
on the
and
wall and it's like.
move it into a
great.
different place.
Sounds like a Thar hat.
Can do that.
I'm decent with the grappler.
This is a control security assisted by structure security difficulty 2.
Can you help target?
Yeah, sure, you can assist. Science control.
Science control, thank you. That's 14.
So you're rolling, Mike, you're rolling security control.
Yep. I have a pretty good chance at this. I need 16 or lower.
You guys wanna roll for the ship?
Oh, I love that.
Okay, go ahead.
I got a 5 and a 9.
Nice.
Beautiful.
He destroyed it.
1.
Good job.
Yep.
Ship
Is
assistant.
the ship assisting?
I got an 8.
So it's a success and Michael got 2.
2, and you got, what did me?
I,
Got nothing, so
Nope.
we have 3.
and
One
now
moment.
one momentum.
Do we
Okay.
want to use it now or bank it?
That's up to you. You're the one that got it.
I'm thinking about holding off and banking it just because it was a solid success.
I agree.
You successfully latched onto the buoy. And now you can start to move the buoy into a better area.
Okay.
So you begin to move the drake and try to put the buoy in a new area, and it seems like it is trying, like it's working good. Like it seems like it's not, the pulsar thing isn't as, obviously it's gonna still have some effect on it because the rays, the beams are obviously large. And obviously there's like, where are you gonna put this thing? Because it has to say generally here. Okay, we're gonna make two separate rolls. And we're gonna have Jahan roll again. Control engineering 2. Assisted by comms engineering.
I'm rolling a 9.
I believe there's double 18s.
Wow.
Not succeed?
Doesn't seem like it. Nope.
Okay.
You are partially able to connect with them,
Okay.
and it's audio only
Okay. Greetings, people
of Chalna 4.
of
Greetings,
Chalna
Chalna.
4. This is Captain Knightley of the USS Drake from the Federation of Planets. We received a notice that your comm buoy was being disturbed by the supernova. We went ahead and, in an effort to contact you and make sure you were okay, moved the buoy to a safer area so that we can talk with you.
Okay. Command presence difficulty 3.
Oh.
You're gonna have a 9, and your complication range is 19.
All right, give me a dice. Would a focus in either persuasion or Starfleet protocol help me in any way? Persuasion.
Yeah.
Okay, I have 2 successes.
I have 2 and a possible.
Don't believe it.
Okay, I have 2 successes.
Does she?
Because you're the instigator, but I am going to just suffer stress, not be persuaded. What you hear is an individual who says, I am Graktar. I am the Dregden of Chalna 4. I don't know. I don't believe you. I believe you are part of a larger invasion.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
Super paranoid.
Okay, so I just respond back to him. I understand. I understand you're very concerned. We are leaving your system. We're leaving your area. We're not here to fight with you. I would like to offer my assistance if there's something that you need. If not, I am not your enemy. I am leaving. Do I roll again?
Command presence, yep.
Another 3? Another 2?
No, you're just rolling to see how many successes you get.
You want to buy another dice?
I don't, what's my difficulty?
You're going against what my difficulty is.
So
I'm gonna tell you.
however many successes he gets, you're trying to get equal to or more.
How many dice did he roll?
2.
Okay, then I'm just gonna roll. Skip.
I have 1 success.
I have 1 success as well.
Do you have anything that's the command number or lower?
Yeah, I did roll 4, which is my command.
So she got 2 successes.
It's stress.
Get persuaded.
Get persuaded, fool.
So what you get is, I appreciate you saying that you're going to leave, but we've had much enjoyment interacting with the Federation. We would wish to keep this lane of communication open.
Okay, so what would you like us to do as far as your communication buoy goes? We've got it to a range where we can speak with you, obviously. Would you like us to take it further?
Is there anything further you could do to the buoy so that we could have visual?
Visual contact. Stand by while I get my engineers on it.
Oh.
Very good. As you close the audio comm, the science can see at their station that the pulsar is intensifying.
Can we get real sciencey? and take the
I doubt it.
energy
I don't even know what a pulsar
from the pulsar
Sounds risky.
and like recycle it into more like power for the comms buoy? Can we use it to our advantage? Can we make like an adapter?
Can Chu and an engineer discuss this as a test?
Yeah, let's have engineering control be the main,
Okay.
and let's have science insight be the assist.
1, 2, and 12. Nope.
So I did roll a 20, but I'm a maintenance specialist, so we don't care about that.
Okay,
Wow,
And
thank
a
God.
12, which is a success.
I got nothing.
nothing. Well, that was one success. That's what I was putting the difficulty at for just mere discussion. You're now having a
Johan?
senior staff meeting at the back of the ship on the bridge, and your entire senior staff is gathered there. So as you see Clark enter the bridge, Clark has a new marking on his uniform, which denotes lieutenant. But he also has on his uniform,
I have my award.
he has a little pin on him, which denotes the Star Cross Award.
I'll say, okay, folks, first of all, Lieutenant Clark, welcome. It's nice to have you join us at our table. I called you all here so we can discuss if there's any way that we can recycle this energy into power for this relay, this communications buoy, because it seems like it's just gonna keep getting stronger. So I'm just wondering if you have any ideas that we can use it to our advantage rather than have to fight against it.
Perhaps we can take what are we doing here? A sample
The pulsar is killing the planet.
readings of the pulsar and then run it through a simulation to see if there's some way to enhance the output. Transfer the energy that's being put out. So basically like giant solar panels
Right.
to it. Increase the capabilities of their
Yeah, what if we put
Existing
mirrors on the
thing.
buoys?
Yeah, so these people are like acquaintances
Mirrors
to the
and-
Federation. We have, they're like acquaintances to the Federation. We're not
Correct.
necessarily friends.
Correct.
But there's goodwill here, so we want to make sure that we can contact them and be able to maintain like, good communications with these people. Plus, if they need our help,
Because basically your understanding as a captain, because they're so like aggressive and militaristic and like suspicious people by nature, Federation wants to keep an open door there because like if they start to go awry, they're like the Federation isn't caught with their pants down because suddenly now they're sending like warships out into space. They want to
plus they could be
Better
good
than
warriors for us.
keep them calm and like help them and do stuff. That's like the
Right.
mentality behind
But
it.
also much like the Klingons in later years, like they're good warriors for our side.
So sure.
So I like your idea a lot. Taking like a sample of the energy and seeing if there's some way we can use it.
Use it or block it.
Block it. Yeah.
We almost need,
Because if you can block the energy that's disrupting the buoy, then the buoy would work properly and we wouldn't have to worry about it.
Oh, that's true too. That's kind of like a backwards way of what I was saying, but I like it.
that's what I was thinking was like the buoy needs to send out its own signal to repel.
I see. That makes sense too, because I was thinking like taking that energy in and using it to like boost like, but that would
The problem
require
is-
an adaptation kind of thing.
Wouldn't the waves interfere with the communication once it leaves that buoy, even if the buoy's protected and the signal's going
Yeah.
out, wouldn't the waves
Could
mess with the
potentially-
signals?
It could potentially mess with it, but you have at least a better like send off if the buoy.
Yeah. We
Okay,
gotta at least try something.
let's start with one engineering team on collecting the energy, the data,
Okay.
and seeing if they can have some sort of like adapter where like my original thought where like we can use it to our advantage.
Okay.
Let's have one engineering team on that.
Yeah.
And let's have a second engineering team on the other idea of seeing if we can create its own energy field to repel
Okay.
Okay.
Either way, we probably need samples of the actual.
Right.
To see what we're dealing with.
Right. So let's just see if either option works. Instead of putting all of our focus into one option, like let's have two separate teams working on themselves.
Okay. I have a value of why fix it when you can make it better.
Ooh.
Which I feel like would apply here because if you're taking that energy to
Uh-huh.
enhance.
Okay, all right. So you will assemble whoever you want on your team to do that. And you, Lieutenant Clark, will assemble whoever you want on your team to try to create a dome.
I want John on my team.
Can't have them. The only people you can't have is each other.
I hate this promotion.
So John took two.
Two, I understand.
Yeah.
So you are going to roll engineering reason.
What is the difficulty of this?
I am going to just make it a 2.
Okay.
Hmm.
We got quite a bit of momentum going.
You're also going to be assisted by computers.
So am I going to get assisted by 2 on this?
Yes.
You want me to roll now?
So you're going to roll. It'll be science reason.
Science reason,
Yeah.
success.
Okay, I got 1 success.
So 2 successes.
And then the ship, somebody's going to roll computers science.
I believe that is a captain.
Fail.
Nice.
Okay.
We got 3 successes. How many do we need?
Two.
Fantastic.
So your team kind of comes with the idea that it's relatively feasible to probably get this to work in some fashion so that when these things are hit, when this thing is hit with these high intensity waves, that you can kind of like basically absorb that radiation, which is what's coming off of it, and kind of like capture it and then use that as like a reserve power thing. It's almost like when the radiation circles by and it kind of gives like a boost to the comms. So it does the opposite effect, where when the comms get hit with this radiation, it actually
Boost
makes it
instead of
right.
taking away.
Yeah. So it's very possible. So what's the other team doing?
Try to repel the energy beams.
Correct.
Yeah.
So would star radiation help?
Yep. So that's gonna be, I'm gonna say engineering control, assisted by science reason.
Science reason?
Yeah.
So that's 9. I'm doing a 13. I got a 3.
Okay.
So it's 2
Two
successes.
successes.
I need a 13 as well.
I can't assist you if you don't get at least 1 success. So you need 1.
I got 1.
You're doing great. Did you get a complication or anything? No?
No.
So that was a difficulty too, so.
So we got 3 successes?
Yeah.
So we're gonna bank 1, right? Yeah.
I would, yeah.
Okay, we're banking 1.
You guys learned that it's possible to repel it, but you would need to definitely send like consistent crews here to consistently like shore this thing up if you're gonna put that on there. Because it's gonna repel, but it's eventually going to fail because it can't consistently forever repel.
Well,
It's not something they can consistently replace.
You could ask them to.
I mean, it's their planet.
You could ask them to. Yeah.
Okay.
we give them the technology to do this,
Yeah.
so we don't actually have to do it.
Okay, so both options are a thing that will work.
Yep.
Okay,
do
so
them
let me
both.
hail the guy again.
It'd only be better if they do both
they
at
do-
once.
Yeah, can they do both or is it a one or the other?
They could do both.
Okay, so that's a good, I'm just saying
Okay.
to add to that of like, here's 2 options, both
I
are
we repel
available, both can be done.
and-
Okay.
Okay, so that'll be
Count
engineering control, comms engineering, difficulty 2.
6, 9,
Double 5s.
What?
and the ship 60 to 2.
Excellent.
So we are now maxed out on momentum.
Use it all.
So it's kind of hazy, but you can kind of you can kind of see each other now. It comes up on
Okay.
video. So
Okay.
what do you want to tell? It's,
Okay,
It's real like
yeah,
a copy, but you can see.
okay, so I would just tell him, okay, so as you can see, we've made some improvements. I had my team of engineers work on 2 different theories for fixing the problem. I'll just like explain. the theory, like
Yep.
the research that we've done.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll explain that like the first option is fine, the second option is fine, it's gonna need continual repair if you choose to do that. Can't guarantee that you'll always have a Federation ship in the area to do that for you, so I don't recommend that unless you feel like it's something you can do yourself. There's also the possibility of doing both of them at the same time. So it's your planet, it's your communication buoy. You make the decision. If you want us to install something for you, let us know while we're here in the area. If not, have a good one.
Can you send the data to us so we can look it over?
I can. Send it.
So
Somebody.
that'll be control engineering, computers engineering,
Oh, want me to roll?
yeah. Control engineering, and it'll
Success.
be a difficulty, I'll say it's there.
You wanted to go higher, didn't you?
You going straight?
We're just taking it.
Okay. What'd you get?
A 4 and a delta.
That's a delta.
One,
One.
Oh, so that's 3 successes.
yeah. then-
And also my engineering
There's
level
a
was
4.
5.
You know.
What?
Well,
So I
that's
got
4
4.
successes then, because the ship rolled a 4.
Do you have like a focus in data transfer?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But we still got, we have to use the momentum though, because we're at max already, and you got more.
Yeah, so
He
I want him to say,
transfers
use it to
vehicles
say nice
to the
things
ground.
about what we did.
So therefore, he is an expert in transferring data.
Ground vehicles.
Get out of here. Even more ground.
Communications expert.
There you go. So he has the trait.
So you create a trait that like, because you've connected to their planet so many times, it's not as difficult to contact them.
Yes. You want to write
So
that down as your trait?
You
Oh, do
transfer
I
the
need to?
data. to
Well,
them.
but as long
But then
as
the one that's seen
A
it.
few minutes go by.
it's whenever he feels that it's no longer necessary. So it could be the end
They
of the
don't
event.
close comms so
Mhm.
that,
So we
Take
can
over
stay
it,
over.
so.
It's on the new one.
and he
Oh,
said,
well,
I appreciate all of this information.
I'll read it on the old one.
We are not
But see,
very
he's in.
skilled engineers and scientists on this planet.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the repulsing solution is way too
Yeah.
difficult.
Yeah,
for
why
us,
is this-
But we would appreciate if you could perhaps just do this other plan that you talked about of harnessing the energy for us.
Excellent.
That would be
Okay,
most preferred.
we will get to work on that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll update you when it's done. Of
Thank you.
course.
How long does something like that take to build a?
It's probably gonna take a good, it would probably take you guys like a good overnight, like probably almost a full day to do it.
Okay. All right. I would just let them know then,
Could
like,
possibly have had
it'll be a good day or two and
7
then I'll let you know.
We'll say that each, we're gonna give you an extended task. And we're gonna say that each time you do it, that's like 6 hours,
Oh, well,
okay? But before we do that, we're going to minus from our momentum.
For us.
Yep.
Okay.
And
We're
we're
at
gonna,
5.
and we're gonna leave you there. Getting ready to do that, and we're gonna cut this over on the plan.
Oh. All right, security officer, you're checking out those computers, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so he's in the computer room, looking over the security thing.
Yep.
Let's go to you, Sova.
Walking into the
It'll be funny.
office, right?
Yep.
My phone's already and stuff.
And there you see
You
sitting
stuff.
at the desk is,
Yuriko Sakaguchi.
so you see her not facing you and she's sitting at a computer, like looking at information.
Okay. Side of the room.
So the door's open, the door's open and she turned
Yes.
and she says, Sova, you're here.
I received your message. I felt it was necessary to come and see for myself what is going on.
And you see her like hesitate, like from, like restraining herself to hug you.
Aw. He's like, please do not speak. Please do not touch me, madam.
Oh, that works in the office. Let's walk down the hallway.
She says, Sova, I would love, I need your help. I don't know what to think. I don't know what's going on here at the lab.
I have with me Crewman DeRosa, who is currently looking over the information of the studies because he
Oh.
has background in medicine.
Oh, okay.
while he's doing that, I feel like it is a good idea to look over your quarters to see if there is anything strange in your quarters that could be causing this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, it's been so problematic here that I don't know, it's just been so strange how everything has been playing out. And I honestly think that Bala is up to something more sinister, more devious than I think possible, but we can absolutely start.
Unfortunately, because of her position of giving up logic and embracing her emotions, she would be more unstable. The fact that Vulcans have higher emotions than humans, they often become unstable, which is why we have a focus on logic.
Yeah. She's always been a little disconnected, but been worse lately.
Understood.
Would you prefer to start in my actual old bedroom or where I am now?
So you said that where you are now is when you notice all of these. So
I hear strange sounds.
So I would say we should start with your new bedroom, because if it was something in your old bedroom, you would have noticed it then.
Okay.
But if it's, since it's only in the new bedroom that problems arise, and that's also the same room where your coworker was when they unfortunately died.
That's true.
I feel like everything points to,
Steps to that room.
yes.
Okay. So the two of you walk basically across the
Do I
lab.
see, do we walk past the room where DeRosa is?
You're not, you could like shout to him, but you're not that close to him. You're not like passing the door to his where he is.
Okay, because I wanted to just shout to him, what I'm doing. We're gonna go check out the bedroom. Please keep a lookout.
So as you're walking to that side, we'll have DeRosa, you'll roll a security control difficulty 2.
We have 2 momentum, just to let you know.
I just barely made it on the second dice, but I got a 2 on the other one.
Very nice.
Nice. So in this computer room, you come across surveillance logs that show odd behavior patterns in Vala, such as like pacing late at night, her working inconsistent work hours, and also periods of her just kind of like suddenly not doing anything, like just inactivity from her.
Okay. So he would know that this is very, like, even for like an odd Vulcan, this is like,
Yes,
to
with
an
him,
extreme.
with him rolling that, he knows that it's odd behavior.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But what I meant, like, how odd? This isn't like, this is a little bit different. He's like, oh, this is clearly a problem.
You can spend momentum to have that answer.
What do you think, Mike? Think that's useful information for DeRosa?
I think the erratic behavior would kind of be enough signal that something is seriously going on with her. I would leave it for now. One question I have is the information about the other science officer that died.
Which was Janet Weir.
Is that information in like files, pictures, things like that? Because I do have a forensics focus where I could see if anything is odd with that type of situation. But it also depends on how good the information in the computer is, because obviously everything has been cleaned up, everything's been moved.
Yeah, that's true. Because if she only made a report like this person died and left it, there's nothing to extrapolate. But if there was like an autopsy and like scans and like, that would be very different.
With that roll, I'll tell you that when you were searching, there's not a lot of extra information on her being at the base.
So it's just basically she was here, she died, and moved on.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. That's very concerning, because someone dying on the base, you would think there would be detailed records of at least their activity up to the point of death.
There is like stuff that she did, like labs and experiments and stuff she did, but there's nothing pertaining to her demise.
So can DeRosa extrapolate that it seems like there wasn't much thought behind her death. Like they just went, oh, she died, made a note of it, and moved on.
What you can infer is that that somebody didn't spend a lot of time putting down like what happened.
Yes. So so I'm not saying this is thought, I'm just talking.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that either shows that Vala didn't care, like her mind is not there, and so she's like, who cares about this person, and threw out in the ditch. Or she knows what caused it, and so she didn't bother writing it down.
Yeah,
Those are my two main thoughts.
that was popping into my head as well.
Oh, do you want to continue looking through? Because there's also the research they were doing, trying to see how they were doing the research. Like, are they stealing people from the planet and doing research on them or whatever? That was another thing we wanted to look at.
Okay, yeah, you can dig further into the computer room. You can either spend a momentum or you can roll.
But what's the difficulty?
A 3.
What do you think? Well, what's the numbers?
That's security insight.
So it wouldn't be medical?
No.
Okay. So what do you think? Security insight, or do you want to just use, because we have 2 momentum, so we could just, it's difficulty 3 though. Because I'm leaning towards just using the momentum, because that's a difficult roll.
Yes, it is. It would honestly, we would have to use a momentum anyway.
Yes. So we're just going to use a momentum just to guarantee the success.
Yeah, so you review as you like really comb through, because all these surveillance logs come up and you see all this kind of like surface odd behavior and things of that nature. But now you're really like combing through all the security logs, all of the like recordings and everything. And you don't see that any of the Ellivyalc III inhabitants are coming to the base at all.
Okay.
You have no.
Do we see that is there record of her going to them?
Correct.
So okay.
So, and as you're like reviewing and also looking at things that specifically that Yuriko is noting on the security logs, that she notes in her logs an unexplained change in Vala's demeanor. And she notates emotional outbursts and signs of uncharacteristic illogical decision making.
And for a Vulcan, that's really serious. But there's no record of what she's doing off the base.
No.
Okay. So she could just be looking at them through telescope, or she could be full on dissecting them. We have no idea what she's doing out there.
Yeah.
Oh, like she said, there's work going on in the 1 bedroom. So Yuriko had to move to the other one. So is there record of what kind of repairs are happening in there?
Yeah, I can tell you that from what you can see is that she is making modifications to the windows.
Okay, so she's modifying the windows. Is there any record of modification to Yuriko's current bedroom?
No.
Okay. So if she did change something in the bedroom, she didn't write it down.
My thinking is if you two are going into that 1 bedroom, I would step out of the computer room and just do a general scan to see if I notice anything. I would scan the lab room just to see if there's any weird readings, because the computers could block it, whereas the lab is where a lot of the work is being done.
Okay. So we'll cut back to him. You've now gotten into the new bedroom.
Okay.
And she says to you, she says, yeah, this is where it is. I don't. I'm
So
not sure.
I'm gonna do a scan to see if there's any signals, anything that doesn't make sense to be in the bedroom.
Okay, so what you immediately see without needing to scan, you could just see it with your own eyes.
Okay.
Is that her bedding
Mhm.
is sewn to the mattress.
Sewn to the mattress?
Correct. Sewn to the mattress,
Okay.
and that there is a power cord that is not connected to anything dangling above on the ceiling. And it's not connected to it.
What house of horrors are we?
Yeah,
But it's not connected to anything.
Yeah. So I would like to scan and in a roundabout way ask what happened in here. So can I roll first? Or?
Yeah, it's going to be a security reason 1.
Okay. So. All right, and the 19 complication doesn't affect me, right?
No.
Because I rolled a 19 and a 4,
You're okay.
so I got 1 success.
Okay, so ask me your question. Ask me what you want. You
So
success, so tell me what you were looking.
So I was looking for like, because I know what a bedroom should, like the signals,
Yeah.
the energy, all that stuff.
Yeah,
So I'm looking for something that is different.
okay. So nothing is screaming like anything like you're saying, like weird devices, weird things going on. The one thing that does catch your attention is that there is a ventilation hole essentially between this room and the next bedroom.
In the next bedroom. Oh, so I'm gonna ask Yuriko, who's in the other bedroom? What's the bedroom next to you?
Well, we both, which wall? This wall, like
Oh.
the wall that facing this way, or the wall facing that way?
Where the vent is.
That's Vala's room.
So that's Valad's room. I want to go to the vent and I
Okay.
want to scan the vent first. Because I now have a thought of, is Vala putting something in the vent to have it come through and go into this bedroom?
Okay,
So I want to scan for, like something biological or something radioactive, something that's coming in that would have an effect.
Or
okay,
mechanical, because if she's hearing noises,
That's true too. But that's what I'm saying.
oh, we gotta pick what we're.
I want to do biological, like biological radioactive, like something that's like something in biology,
Okay.
something that
Sure.
a gas or
Yeah. So let's have you roll science control difficulty 3.
says I have testing a theory which is +1 dice if it succeed on a science or engineering of the same field. So I did bioscans, I did.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm gonna get a +1 dice.
That's fine.
Okay. No. Oh, because I got 2 successes in the complication.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
So the
No,
so
play hard.
you fail, so the hand scanner doesn't pick up anything
Okay.
biological on there. And the complication is that as you scan,
Mhm.
there's a chance by you physically interact, like getting close to it, that like if there was something there, it may not be there.
Oh, maybe if something was in there, it moved or dissolved or whatever.
Right.
Oh, wonderful. So since I'm not getting anything here, I'm gonna ask Yuriko. I think it would be best if we would check Vala's room. 'Cause I have a suspicion, because I haven't told her any of this stuff. That I'm
Right.
thinking right
No,
now.
right.
So I have a suspicion because your vent is connected to her vent. If she is doing something like putting a gas through, putting a mechanism through, radiation to have an effect on you, to do some sort of test on you,
Oh,
that she could be doing it in the middle of the night and sending it through the vent.
that would be terrifying.
Yes. Now, I'm not saying this is what's happening, but but if she is doing something, that's the easiest and most logical way she would do it.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I would head out with her
Okay.
and then I would take a look to see what DeRosa is doing. Because this would be the time that he would probably be scanning.
Right. He's at the old bedroom.
Yeah.
So what we're looking at is, so Yuriko says to you, she goes, so not to put you on a crunch, but like Dr. Vala usually returns in like an hour and 55 minutes.
Okay.
So it's we're gonna have to come up with some sort of solution here, probably before she arrives, because if we can't come to what's happening, I doubt she's gonna help us.
Okay.
So
We'll worry about that when the time gets closer.
okay. Well, no, because you also got a complication. So it's an hour and 43 minutes.
Okay. So I would say, is she fairly regular on her return time?
Yes.
Okay, so keep an eye out for the clock.
Okay.
And when we get down, because how long did it take me to get from the ship?
Still walking the shuttle
Yeah.
to the lab?
Yeah.
Just a few minutes, like 4 or 5.
4 or 5 minutes. So when we get down to 20 minutes, let me know. Because that would be enough time for us to return to the shuttle if we need to, or hide, or maybe come up with a plan to confront her. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll cut back to you. You were back in Yuriko's old bedroom.
Yeah, I would have done a quick scan in the lab to see if there was
Oh, you
any.
went to the lab. That's right. You went to
Yeah.
the lab. I forgot you went to the lab.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have just. If I heard someone walk in, I easily could have just walked over to the computer without them noticing.
So in the central lab area, there are 3 labs here. Now, 2 of the labs look generally similar, but when one of the labs seems like there's different equipment in comparison to the other 2 labs. So which one would you like to look at?
Let's start with the different lab, just because it is different.
Okay. So without even rolling, you immediately can see that there's equipment in here that's used for synthesizing medication.
Okay.
And that there's smelt iron here, which seems to be a core ingredient to the medication.
Okay.
So what you generally can kind of just surmise is that this is probably something to do with correcting like neural conductivity in
Oxygenation.
of the mind, of the brain. So that's just what you get like on a surface level looking at the lab. That's not even rolling.
Right. So
Let's-
she might be realizing that something is going on with her, or she might be using it on the people that she's going to see.
Right. So if you roll a science reason 1, you can maybe get some more information.
I got 1.
Perfect. So what, as you comb closer over the lab, you see that there are also like proteins that you can't really determine what they are. You can just see that they're proteins. And diagnostic tools here that are kind of hard to ascertain what they are and what they're used for. Some sort of, you're not sure, but obviously this needs like additional investigating. You just don't know.
Right. It would help to ask Yuriko a few questions eventually. So I'm thinking about just taking a quick scan of the other lab.
Okay.
'Cause
So
I don't know how much time we have until she gets back.
yeah. So you kind of turn around and go to like the other part of the lab. And again, without rolling, you can just see that there are various like soil samples and experiments to further the understanding of brain cells here, like things that they're doing research on the mind here. And that from what you can, by the notes you've seen and the paperwork, like the things that you've seen on pads and stuff, you can kind of see that this seems to be operated by Yuriko. These 2 labs are solely operated by her.
Okay. I'll do a quick scan in here just to see if anything stands out as odd.
Okay, yeah, so roll a science control, difficulty 0.
I got 1.
Okay, one.
So we got 1 momentum.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, there's nothing really super strange in here. It's pretty straightforward. Like it's all presented as experiments and like a laboratory as you would expect. There's nothing really strange in this area.
And having a doctor background, I could tell that things are going on, but nothing really stands out as odd.
Right, exactly.
Was this when I would?
Now you can either roll or spend a momentum to kind of get like a little bit of a bump.
What do you think? Do you think we should spend the momentum?
What's the bump?
Something's kind of like coming to his mind.
Oh, to DeRosa's mind?
Yeah.
What would the difficulty be for rolling?
A 1.
And what's the field?
Security.
Which you're decent in, right?
I'm okay in security.
If he fails, can we buy it then, or is it one or the other?
One or the other.
Ooh. What's the attribute?
Insight.
So how is your security insight?
12.
That's above average. You want to try?
Yeah, I'll give it a try. I'll say worst case scenario, if you want me to buy another dice, I can roll
Yeah.
3 dice and
Why,
hope that
yeah. Buy a third dice. That way, that would also give us more chances of getting more momentum.
Yep. Uh 14, 18, and 3.
You have a focus that is useful?
The only one that has a possibility is forensics.
What do you think?
But I got 1.
No, because it's not really doing anything with,
Okay,
Yeah.
so we just,
Yeah.
just met it.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, so your security kind of like inclination, like you kind of get this itch in the back of your head that like these diagnostic tools and whatever these proteins are, like obviously had to have come from somewhere, so probably you should check storage.
Yeah.
So now we'll
go back to me.
come back to you.
So we'll go into Vala's room,
Velaz room,
Yep.
okay.
because it's not locked or anything.
Nope,
Okay, so we'll just go right in and I'll start looking for,
you want to search the room.
yes. I want to specifically look for things odd. Like, has the vent been pulled off? Is there any strange machinery? Is there any vials or anything that maybe, like if she's doing a gas, I figured there'd be like a vial of whatever the liquid is that she'd be turning into a gas.
Yeah,
Is there like a machine to do radiation?
okay,
Because I have a radioactivity. So if it's something radioactive, I would know what type of machinery would be used to make that.
yeah,
It's also a bedroom, so heavy machinery in a bedroom wouldn't look right.
yeah, so let's have you roll a science insight 2.
Science Insight 2. So I'm doing 15. And I got 2 successes.
So you don't really see anything in here that has like weird vials. The vent is not taken off the wall. There's not weird machineries or like things that don't necessarily add up in a bedroom like here.
Okay.
But you detect the very faint scent of Vulcan medicinal herbs.
Do I know what they are?
You can,
I have no insight, so I can't, or no momentum, so I can't buy anything.
yeah, so
So
you don't know what they are.
Okay. I will go looking for them.
Okay, so that's an engineering fitness 1.
So I need an 11. And I got an 11 and a 12. So I got 1 success.
1 success?
Mhm.
Okay, so as you're searching for them, as you're trying to like smell and find where they are, there are oils and herbs, but they're carefully hidden away.
Mhm.
And their distinct scent is what's giving them away. And you know, as you're looking at them, that they are to aid neural regeneration and mitigate brain disorders.
Oh. Oh. Bum, bum, bum.
Womp womp.
So I now have evidence that at the very least, I don't know for sure, but at the very least, Vala could have a serious mental condition. That
Possibly,
again, I don't know for sure.
right?
But this is one of the possible things in my head pops in is she's given into emotion and she's using herbs that are often used for medical problems or mental problems.
Yeah,
So I might go, there could be a connection here.
yeah.
Okay.
You get this itch, you can try to roll or you can move on.
What would be the difficulty?
It's a 3 and it's medicine reason. And DeRosa can't do it for you.
First, it cannot do it for me. If what happens if I fail, it just goes.
It fails.
Okay. I would have to roll a 1 is my only problem. Because I do not have any momentum to buy.
Which
Ooh, you know what I would like to do? Can I use the value? There is always a logical answer.
Sure.
And I would like to use my momentum
Okay,
to get a guaranteed double.
okay,
And then I would like to roll 2 to try to get the 1 more.
you got it.
And you said medical,
Reason.
so I need an 11. I got 10.
Nice. Yeah, So when you're looking at these, you recall that the remedies here that you're finding are very often used in early stages of class.
Neurodegenerative.
Yeah,
You're a neurodegenerate.
yes.
Okay, so I now know this. So
Yeah.
I would turn to Yuriko and I would say, have you noticed a decline? Because obviously Vlad has been emotional the whole time
Yes.
she's known her.
Yes.
So I said, have you noticed things getting worse? Have you noticed mental decline, memory loss,
Absolutely.
irritation?
Nope.
Illogical behavior, even more so than someone who is being very emotional.
Yeah, it's been really bad the last couple of years.
So I would show her and I would explain to her what they are used for.
Oh.
And I would say, this is clear evidence that she is studying the mind.
Mhm.
She's being very erratic, illogical, even for someone in her condition. So therefore, I believe that she has a mental condition and she is trying to use this lab in order to prevent her further decline. And she's using these herbs to do that as well.
That does make sense. Well, we should probably see what other things are in other rooms then, right?
Mhm.
See what else is here.
Yes. So I would like,
Tell me what you're gonna go, tell me what you want, yeah.
I want to pop, because he is by the bedroom now, right?
He came out of the lab and he said he was going to one of the other bedrooms.
I would consider touching base with you, seeing that you two are in that bedroom.
Because that's what I want to do. I wanted to pop my head out and inform him of everything that I found
Okay,
and see if what evidence he's found.
okay.
Because I know,
you,
as a player, I know he has evidence that she's being very erratic.
right,
So I want him to tell me and then I tell him. So therefore, we're all on the base that she's going crazy and, is showing evidence of possibly being a danger to herself and others. Because if this is mental degeneration, at some point she will lash out and do something bad.
yeah. So that's where we're gonna leave you guys
Or
searching the room.
One question that I would ask Yuriko is, the voices that you hear, do they sound kind of like your neighbor?
So basically, she just tells you
Like that movie.
that like she can kind of they're odd and it sounds strange, but she can't really make out exactly what it is. She doesn't know if it's somebody's voice or just like random noises. She doesn't really know. She just knows it's not like normal noises that she hears throughout the day or when she was in her other bedroom. Like she didn't hear any of this.
Right.
Oh, no, I'm making a note for next time. We need to look for, is there a place to hide?
Yeah.
Because if we're hiding on the base and she loses it, we can actually watch her and see what she does.
Then that
Okay.
is where we will end it.
Okay.
And we will get back to it next time. Thank you very much, and we will catch you on the next story.
Goodbye. Good job, DeRosa.
Everyone, nice work.
Even though you have no talents and no values, you are proving to be valuable.
You have no talent.
That's right.
Ah.